and stellar. Welcome to my channel, and I'm glad that you're here today. So in this timeless intuitive tarot reading, we're going to be looking at, do they still care? So you might have a person on your mind and you're wondering, do they still care about you? Maybe you haven't spoken to them in many years. Maybe for some of you, you've had an argument with somebody, a falling out, and you want to know. This can really apply to any situation. We'll just kind of be answering the questions simply and straightforwardly. So we have 4 different groups, and I definitely encourage you to tune in with your intuition and see which one is drawing you in. Group number 1 with celestite, group number 2 with orange calcite, group number 3 with this opal and celestite combination stone, and then group number 4 with this quartz and aventurine stone. So yeah, those are your groups to choose from. Of course, like I said, take a minute or 2 or a second, whatever feels good to you, whatever feels right, and see where you're feeling drawn. The timestamps will be down below, so you can find your pile minutes there, so you can get right to your reading. And you're allowed to choose from more than one person. Maybe you have more than one person on your mind. You could pick one for Bob and one for, Nathan as an example, however you want to do it. And you can even feel like you're drawn to more than one for your answer as well, for just one person. So those are the instructions, and I hope that this reading, I pray that it brings you insight and peace to your heart and soul, okay? So I want to say a big thank you to Melissa. I did a community post, but I didn't get a chance to thank her on my videos yet, but she went on my wish list and got me these 2 decks, right? So I'm using this one in this reading, and then we have the Daily Crystal Inspiration. Wonderful, wonderful decks. Thank you so much, Melissa. I really appreciate your kindness. And I've already personally thanked her, but yeah, thank you. I always appreciate when you guys get stuff off my wish list. You know me, I have like 50,000 decks and there's never enough. I love them all. I love each and every one of my little babies. Anyway, I wish you all the very, very best. Let's go ahead and just get started on your reading. So I'll see you there. Hello my friends. So if you chose group number 1 here with the celestite, this is your reading. Look how shiny and pretty. So let's set this aside and get in and see, does your person still care about you? So we have the 4 of stars, the Hanged Man, and the Magician. So just kind of starting off with this question, there's a lot of stable energy, I want to say. So we have the 4 stars and the Hanged Man, and these are both kind of stationary energies. So I do feel like this person is a little bit stuck or something, and not in a negative way per se, right? Because the 4 stars is basically the 4 of Wands, and that's a pretty positive card. I think that when it comes to, do they care? I think they do. I think that there is some sort of foundation that they built with you that they still look at fondly, that they're wanting to build upon in the future. But there is something here about this person being a little bit perhaps self-controlled, I want to say. That's the word that's coming to me. So I do feel like this is a person who's kind of hanging back and not really taking a whole lot of action. They might be the type of person who doesn't really know how to proceed forward, or they're trying to figure out the best way to proceed forward with you. I do want to say, I too kind of pick up on fickle vibes. Like, this person can be a little bit fickle, like they care sometimes and then other times they don't. They might be the type who cares when it's convenient to them. I'm not going to lie to you and sugarcoat this. I do worry that perhaps this person's a little bit fickle. That's just the vibe I'm picking up. So, yeah. The 4 of Wands generally. Now, if I do have a special message here, like that's more specific. If you knew this person for quite some time, or you had like a stable connection with them at one point, I would say that this person might be quite satisfied at where they are in life, so they tend not to care. Okay, so if you know this person's moved on and is in another relationship as an example, or they seem to, be doing a different thing, you haven't spoken in a very long time, I'm going to be completely 100% straightforward with you here. I don't think that they care like they did before. I think that they're focused on their own life right now, and they don't really feel like the need to dwell on this. And when they do dwell on you, they tend to kind of shift those thoughts and actions into different things. So, do they care? I think it's going to depend on the context. And you have to remember, this is a general reading. There could be a lot of people here asking about different types of people and different types of situations. So I'm kind of pointing out, if you have this kind of history, you know, where you have that long history and you had that previous connection, and perhaps they've really moved on, they've gone to like a new job as an example, or they've gone to a new, you know, like place, and they're, you know, maybe with somebody else, or they're in a relationship, or whatever. I would say that this person probably doesn't care like you'd want them to. And the other thing, though, for those of you that are a little bit new with somebody and you're asking, I would say that this person's fickle. So it gives me murky vibes, you know, like not fully 100%. Like I don't see full 100% like care. You know what I'm saying? So I want to say this is kind of like a yes, no kind of question, like kind of answer. You know what I'm saying? It's like a yes, no. They do and they don't. That's the best I can give you, I think, here. And I know it's a little bit unclear. That's fine. I mean, gosh, I mean, think about how many times you yourself have like kind of felt fickle about something. You're like, oh, I want this, but no, I don't, you know? And I think that's kind of what's going through your person's head when it comes to you. They probably are trying to focus on their own stability, their own happiness, and especially, like I said, if there's been time and this person's been able to move on a little bit, I think that they do focus on their current happiness and they try not to dwell too much in the past, as an example. Okay? So, not sure if that's the answer you'd want to hear in this situation, but it's the answer I'm seeing. And do remember, you know, it's up to you to choose the cards intuitively. I read the cards, but you have to make sure you're tuning in correctly with your intuition in order to kind of find the right answer for yourself, right? It's sort of like, you know, making an intuitive pick, essentially. So I just want to, you know, clarify that so that perhaps maybe you picked the wrong pile if you feel like this doesn't resonate. So let's see. I'm going to ask a little bit more. So what is group number one's person's current feelings? Like current feelings. So we have break energy here, like needing a break. We have the Devil and the Four of Swords. So this is like somebody kind of seeking peace when it comes to you. I think at one point this person felt very, very strongly. They might battle these things. And that might be where that self-control and that lack of movement comes in, because this person kind of battles some sort of inner demons when it comes to you a little bit, or maybe at one point they were incredibly addicted to you or incredibly attached in a negative way where they felt like, I'll die without this person, or I'll be, you know, terribly, you know, bad off without this person. So there might be like some sort of addictive kind of behavior that they had before towards you, and you may not even be aware of this. You know what I mean? Some people, they're cool, calm, and collected, but on the inside they're a damn mess. And so that could be definitely I feel like this person wants a break. And so again, I feel like this person feels like in some way they're trying to take a break from their feelings, and that might be why they're kind of like trying not to care about you. And that's maybe why also we're getting this sort of mixed energy. But I think it's normal. How many times in our life is it just black or white in our life, where it's just yes or no? So many things in our life aren't that easy, right? We love someone, but we know that they are wrong for us, as an example. Or, you know, we want something, but we know it's not healthy for us, or in some way. And I'm not saying that you're a bad person when I say that. This person might perceive the situation as being uncomfortable for them, or bringing up uncomfortable feelings for them. So I don't want you to like sit there and blame yourself or anything like that and think, oh, well, I'm not, you know, I don't think they even think you're toxic. I think they think they're toxic when they're around you. That's what I feel. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting. For those of you where this is a romantic connection, tell me about this person's feelings. So we have calling in a soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Again, this person might be, I want to say, I feel like this person probably feels you're their soulmate. And in some way, I think their heart still calls for you in some way, especially for those of you, like I said, romantic connection. Some of you aren't asking about it, so don't worry too much about it. But I think energetically, in some way, this person still kind of clings to you. And they're trying to kind of like alleviate that inside of themselves by like choosing other things. The Magician, what is it about? It's not someone who cares so much. It's somebody who's trying to get shit done or take advantage of a situation or turn, you know, lemons into lemonade as an example. It's about kind of taking action and, you know, what is the word I want to use? Transforming, you know, something with your actions. And again, I think that this person is trying to do that. So yeah, that is what I'm feeling for those of you that chose group number 1. So you got a murky answer. I think this person tries to fight off feelings of not care, like trying to, you know, fight that off more than anything. They're trying not to focus on caring about you. So that's where you're at with this person. Of course, this is current energy as you're kind of tapping into it. So do know that like in 2 weeks from now, a month from now, there might be a shift, there might be a change. It's not always, you know, one and the same energy all the time. And yeah, so you know what I mean? You can always come back and watch this later and you might get a totally different group, right? So that is what I am seeing for those of you that chose group number 1. I'm wishing you all the very, very best. Take care. Oh, and by the way, if you do want personal readings, those are on Etsy. All the information's down below. As you saw in the little thing in the beginning, I do not do WhatsApp readings. I do not tell people to get readings with me or try to message them and be like, you want a reading with me? If you ever see anything like that, it's some BS. Don't listen to it. Don't fall for that. Because I did have somebody who emailed me who did, and I felt really bad about it. So yeah, I only do it through my Etsy as of now. That might change in the future when I do a website or something like that, but as of now, just Etsy. Anyway, I just want to wish you all the very, very best. Take care of yourselves, okay? And I'll see y'all in the next reading. Bye-bye. Hello, my friends. If you chose group number 2 here with this orange calcite, this is your reading. So let's find out. Does that person that's on your mind, do they care about you? Are they still, you know, thinking about you? What's going on? So we're going to go ahead and look at it. So our first card, this is a total yes. Okay, 4 of Hearts, depression. Our second card and third card are Queen of Cups and 2 of Wands. Okay, so it's a yes. I think this person does still care about you. I think that they still try to decipher what the future could be between the two of you. I feel like this person holds a lot of feelings for you. They still care a lot. The one thing, when I see like these neutral cards coming up, I know that there's like a coldness there, you know, towards somebody. But this is like the opposite. There's a lot of feelings. There's a lot of cups showing up here, which represent our emotions. The 4 of Cups, the 4 of Cups or the 4 of Hearts in this deck, it literally has a keyword depression on it. So I would say that this person probably feels quite sorrowful about you. There's something here where this person's feeling quite disappointed, hurt, sad. So it says the 4 of Hearts whispers through a mist of emotion. There is trouble seeing beyond the negative aspects of life. Certain experiences from the recent past are weighing heavily on the present. You're blaming yourself, another, or an outside situation for your current situation. Nothing has gone wrong. There's a bigger, loving picture beyond your view. Focus on one thing that is going well in your life and open your heart and vision to other strengths in your life and add them to your gratitude list. In little ways, every moment is gently moving you away from pain and towards happiness. You're stronger than you know, and change is closer than you think. Well, obviously, the last part of that message is a bit of an affirmation, probably for the person that you're thinking about, but yeah, it looks like you're blaming yourself, another, or an outsider. There's some kind of sadness, animosity. I don't think animosity. I'm not picking that up. I don't think this person has animosity towards you or anger. I think they're more sad. Because I'm not really picking up on angry vibes with the rest of the cards. I feel like this person probably just, they're sad in some way when it comes to you. Let me move these down a little bit. There's some sort of disappointed hopes here. Dashed hopes. And I think that, you know, that's definitely a symptom of someone caring when they feel sad or they feel disappointed. It's like when you don't care, you can just turn off and do whatever. But, right? But when you're feeling still like sad or upset or touched about a situation emotionally, that's definitely showing that you're still attached to some situation, right? So I think that this person is still quite attached to you and they do care. And I think they care about your well-being and your future, especially. There's like something here that really tells me that they care a lot about where you're going in life And I get that song, Dave Matthews Band, Where Are You Going With Your Long Face? Na na na. Yeah, that song, go listen to it. I am no Superman. I forgot about that song. Wow, that hasn't been out since I was a teenager. Okay, anyway, I haven't listened to that in a really long time. But yeah, that's kind of what I get. But I think the lyric there says, I do know where you're going is where I want to be. Ooh. And I think this person still sees a future with you. Yeah, that makes sense. Whoa, wow, okay. I like when I get lyrics sometimes because it really helps me decipher what's going on. So yeah, I think this person still cares, and they still dream about having some sort of future with you. They still want something to happen here. They still want healing. They want resolution. Especially in this deck in particular, you can see the two people coming together in the Two of Wands. And I think that's one thing that they'd want, especially if there's distance between the two of you. Or, again, I see the world representing possibilities and expansion. So even metaphorically, even if you're not at a distance, it metaphorically means like coming together and looking at each other and saying, what's next? And I think this person would want some sort of, to reunite as an example, or to kind of move forward here, to see you, that sort of thing. So I'm definitely picking up on that. So let's ask a little bit more about what their feelings are towards, so group number 2's person that they're asking about, what are their feelings towards them? Group number 2's person's feelings towards them. Oh. Well, dang it. That's pretty, stinking sad. We have the Nine of Cups, the Tower, and the Ten of Swords. So this person's feeling quite, I don't know, defeated, rejected. I don't know if you've hurt them personally or if they hurt themselves. Sometimes we throw ourselves out of the tower. You know what I mean? We can self-sabotage or, kind of ruin our own life. So I won't make any judgment calls there, but I do feel like this person feels incredibly hurt and disappointed around the situation that happened. Whatever's happened between you, this person feels hurt. So if you didn't have any drama with this person, I'd say you kind of probably picked the wrong pile. Okay? I don't think that you picked the right pile if you haven't had a painful occurrence with this person. I'd say go pick a different pile, because this is definitely a hurt one. Yeah. It's almost like this person's hopes, dreams, visions, ideas were all dashed to hell. And it may have been their own doing. I'm not going to make any, like I said, no judgment calls about who did what and what happened here. But I feel like this person in some way feels like maybe you're inaccessible. For some of you, maybe you've made yourself inaccessible to them. They can't even reach you. They can't talk to you. They can't do anything when it comes to you. So they might feel, because that's one thing about the Ten of Swords, is it can bring a real stuck feeling. It, literally, sometimes it can represent a backache in like mundane, reading, or feeling kind of stuck, like you can't get up. But I think when it comes to feelings, again, that could be that person feels like there's no hope, like hopes are dashed. But yeah, I feel like this person with the Nine of Cups, it's still like you were a dream for them, like something happiness, something that they wished for, something that they really felt happy with, and then it all just kind of got ruined. And I think that their feelings are actually a mess when it comes to you. But I would say this person's hanging on to a lot more pain than anything. I feel like they do care a lot. So I definitely can tell you guys, your person cares. Straight up, straightforward. Group number 1, it was a little bit like murky, which makes sense too, because sometimes people are not always 100% towards something. This person's 100% still caring about you. Like, not just like sometimes, like where you get in those nostalgic moods and you're like, yeah, sometimes I care. No, this person really cares, and they are still holding on. I think they still hold on to a lot of sadness. I don't feel anger, like I said. I don't really get that. I feel like it's more sadness, disappointment, remorse type of vibes rather than anything else. But I think this person definitely still cares. So that's your answer, essentially. The person still cares. I don't even think, maybe we'll do one more. I did a romance angel cards for group number 1. I don't usually take this deck, but I will. Anything more about group number two's person's feelings, duties of care? What do we need to know here? Oh, that's too many cards. I'm not taking that many. I don't do that. Does the person still care? One card. There we go. We have it safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive all the highest energy of all. Or receive the highest energy of all. It was in the reverse too. So this person might not feel safe in the situation. But I do feel like this person still cares. This is a more positive card here. Notice how one's kind of below and one's above. So again, this person may feel like there's a little bit of a gap between you. I'm just picking up that intuitively. And I don't feel like this person thinks it's safe though. I feel like that came out in reverse on purpose. Like to kind of imply that they don't, oops, sorry. I'm like kicking something. I'm a what is it called? A fidgety person. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this person still cares. But again, it feels like it maybe isn't safe for them to like approach you or something. So they're kind of like, you know, not really allowing themselves to do that at this time. So that is what I'm seeing for those of you that chose group number 2. I hope it was insightful and helpful to you. Let me know in the comments below how it resonated with you or how you felt about the reading. Even if you just want to say a quick hello, I always appreciate it. And I wish you all the very, very best. Lots of blessings to you. If you want personal readings, those are on Etsy. Don't answer any WhatsApp people. I don't solicit people for readings. I mean, I just have a link to my Etsy store. Maybe in the future it will be on a website. As of now, it's Etsy. It's in the description box. It's in my profile. It's on my Instagram thing and my links. You know, that's how you get a reading with me, not through WhatsApp or any kind of Instagrams, or I don't do anything like that. So it has to be officially purchased through Etsy. For me to do a reading for you. Just pointing that out in case. There's been someone who got scammed a while back and it just really has sat on me ever since. And I usually put that notice in the beginning of the cards now, but still I want to reiterate that before I go away. Anyway, wishing you the very, very best. Take care of yourselves and I'll see you all in the next reading. Bye-bye. Hello, my friends. So if you chose group number 3 here with this Celestite and Opal stone, so it's a combo here. This is your reading. Let's go ahead and see. Does your person still care about you? So we have the Knight of Hearts. We have the Empress. And we have the High Priestess. This is an interesting reading. I feel a few specific scenarios, so I'm going to have to say that first. If this is a person that you like hooked up with, as an example, I don't know, I'm picking up vibes that maybe for some of you this is a person who did not have the same maturity level or commitment level that you were hoping for. So they might be a little bit wishy-washy when it comes to commitment. Perhaps this person didn't want to commit. There's a possibility. The one thing about the Knight of Hearts or the Knight of Cups is that they can come in kind of quick and they can leave kind of quick, right? They are totally enraptured when they are into somebody, but they can also move on quite quickly. So it's not as stable sometimes as, I mean, of course it can grow, ideally, but so it doesn't always mean the Knight of Hearts can't be somebody who's stably in someone's life. And I do feel that they do care on some level, but let's continue here. I feel as if this person hasn't been stable and hasn't really been able to give you what you want in some way in the past. So maybe they weren't able to kind of provide you with the nurturing that you needed, the affection, the level of, commitment that you were desiring. The one thing about the Empress is that the Empress is like a wife figure. And even if, no matter your gender, I feel like there was some kind of difference here. We're not getting the Emperor with the Empress, we're getting the Knight of Hearts. So I do feel like there must have been something where you guys weren't on the same page, perhaps in life, or in terms of how you viewed the connection between the two of you. I want to say this person still harbors some kind of caring feelings about you, because I think that there's still a kind heart, even if they've acted like a jerk. okay? Because I know some of you might say, oh, this person acted like a real jerk. And that's, sometimes people aren't perfect. And I'm not going to defend anyone, but it might be that they really do still care. But at the same point, they somehow are detached. And so you're kind of getting an answer almost like group number 1, in the fact that humans are complicated and it's not always 50-50 black and white, like this or that. I care, I don't care. Sometimes they don't care in the ways that you need, right? Or they care but not like enough, as an example. And I can attest to that. I mean, we've all been through that, right? Where we maybe wanted something but not bad enough to go grab it, or not enough to take it for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So, humans aren't always, just because you don't, it kind of gets into that black and white territory where you say like, oh, well, if they don't message, that means they don't care. And that's not always the case, because I'm sure you've been in situations where you cared about someone but you still didn't message or reach out, right? Or it's not always just black and white thinking. And people aren't just black and white in their endeavors or how they feel and what they do. And I feel like this is one where there's a bit of murkiness here. I think there is some sort of sense of detachment with the High Priestess. She's not one to really cling to the emotions. She's more of the one to kind of look at things from a higher perspective. And so in some way, I think this person remains slightly detached in some way. I also feel it like they do hide a lot of their feelings from you too at the same time, because the High Priestess can imply that as well, that there's a lot of hidden feelings and such. I want to say this person cares, but they don't care enough, I think, for your desire, like your desired outcome, as an example. I feel like this person still holds something, but at the same time, it's just like it's not enough for you. And I don't think you would be satisfied with that level, is what I'm feeling, mostly. And that's just me telling the straightforward truth of what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling intuitively. Like I said to other groups, if you feel like this doesn't resonate, you feel like you don't like the message, go pick another pile. Because it's up to the viewer to kind of choose the right pile for themselves. It's your intuition that's in charge of what message you're receiving, not me. I mean, I just read the cards. And I get messages that hopefully connect to people who are intuitively, drawn to a group. So, if you feel like this one's not for you, then definitely maybe go back to the beginning and see if another one is. But I feel like this person, like I said, cares, but not enough. How does group number 3's person feel about them? How does group number 3's person feel about them? Okay. I already saw the 3 of Swords. Oh, geez. Okay. So we have the 8 of Swords, the Moon, and the 3 of Swords. So we have quite negative cards here. Not the most positive when it comes to feelings. So there might be some hurt or something going on here. Perhaps this person's hurt you by their actions, and they may be unclear on what to do about that. For others of you, though, I feel like this person, they do still care on some level. I don't feel like this is a person who always knows how to behave themselves or how to handle themselves and their actions. I think this is a person who gets real stuck sometimes. That's what I feel. I feel like somebody's definitely been hurt. And I think this person feels hurt. Now, it could be because they've inflicted the hurt, or you've inflicted the hurt, or both of you have kind of inflicted the hurt together. It's going to be, general reading, come on, I can't sit there and claim everyone is the, either the victim or the perpetrator here. It's probably going to be dependent upon the situation. Like I said, different stories, different people. And when we start to get into the territory of who done it in such a, big audience, possibly, it's just not fair to kind of point fingers or anything like that. But I do feel this person definitely feels hurt in some way, confused, lost, uncertain, secretive. I don't think this is a person who's really opening up at this moment. I think they're very much held back and keeping very quiet. I don't feel like you're in contact with this person. one thing about the moon is that it can represent those hidden aspects, like I said, and with the high priestess there, it's definitely kind of confirming that. There might be a lot of intuitive signs between the two of you, so you might dream about each other a lot, or this person could also be having dreams about you that kind of trigger them too, as well. For some of you, this might even indicate that this person goes through phases about caring too. Like suddenly they'll kind of get struck by feelings or hit with them. It's almost like they think they moved on, and then they'll have a dream about you, and bam, they're back where, you know, they were before. So I'd say this person is still a little bit stuck on you. I don't think they fully let go. But they might feel also a little bit stuck in how they proceed forward, not knowing how to proceed forward with the situation as well. Like an uncertainty about how to handle it. I want to say this person still really looks to you as someone amazing, and I get that phrase, above their station, in some way. So they might kind of put you on a pedestal a bit. I want to say that, like, there are romantic vibes here, but I just feel like somebody who's kind of hiding them or pulling them away, like tucking them away, not really acting upon them. And so I guess the overall message here, group number 3, let's just summarize it. They still care. There might be a little bit of disassociation at times, but I think that for the most part, they 80%, like 90% care. So, like, I don't think that they're very effective always in disassociating. So, yeah. And I think, like, really, as I've kind of come into this energy and got to know it a little bit better as I've been reading, I really feel like they're more about hiding their feelings and not really showing you fully what's going on inside of them, more than anything. I think that makes more sense to me than the disassociation, although I think that they do disassociate at some points, but generally they still kind of care here, and they still kind of hold on to things from the connection, as an example. So I hope that this reading was insightful. I hope it was helpful. Let me know in the comments below what you thought. I'm wishing you all the very, very best. If you want personal readings, those are on Etsy. I do not do WhatsApp readings. I do not solicit people for readings. I won't, if there are any, there are a lot of fakes going on out there, fake, accounts and stuff like that. For a lot of tarot readers, it still happens, and unfortunately, I was an idiot, and please report those if you see them down below in the comments, because one of the accounts I had banned from my channel, but they were still posting. I just couldn't see their post anymore. And so that kind of screwed me up, because I couldn't delete the comments anymore. So don't do that if you're a reader and you have a YouTube channel and you get spammed. Don't ban them before you delete stuff. Just delete it, because then you can't see it anymore. Anyway, I want to thank you all for being here, and I'll see you all in the next reading, okay? Take care. Hello, my friends. So if you chose group number 4 here, with this quartz and aventurine stone, isn't it beautiful? I bought this at my local mineral store. Well, not local, it's by my dad's house outside of Denver. And the guy, he actually got this in Park County, Colorado, so in the same county where my dad lives. And yeah, I love local stones, and the good thing about living in Colorado in the Rocky Mountains is that there are plenty of them. But yeah, isn't that a pretty one? I just thought it was so unique. He sold it to me for $5. Isn't that awesome? I was like, oh, he's such a great guy. Anyway, let's go on and move on. How does your person feel? Do they still care? Let's find out. So we have the Sun here. We have the 3 of Wands and the Temperance card. I'm going to actually do what I did not do with the other groups. I'm going to actually pull for their feelings real quick before we even get started. How does group 4's person feel about them currently? What's the vibe here? What are their feelings? Oh, sorry. Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't think this person cares about you. I'm gonna put it bluntly for you. because I really don't pick up the vibes that this person cares a whole lot. I wouldn't say this person's pining their heart and, you know, soul over you. They're not. I think that I hate saying that because I know this is going to get dislikes and people don't want to hear that kind of crap, but I don't think this person's too much focused on you. I think that there is a sense of harmony when it comes to you, a sense of peace. I mean, okay, hold up. If you are like with this person and everything's fine and hunky-dory and you're fine, well, then you're being told everything's freaking fine, okay? But if this is a situation where you've been out of contact with this person and perhaps you're wondering, do they still care, and you haven't seen them in a long time, or you're wondering about that kind of situation, because sometimes I'll get people who are asking about situations that are just fine. So if you're one of those people, no, your person cares about you, they love you, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, don't worry. But if you've been out of contact or something like that, like I said, you've had an argument, you've had, I don't know, maybe you fell apart, or you just kind of like drifted away, maybe you're not speaking a whole lot right now, I'm just going to have to say I think that this person cares more about themselves at this time and their own happiness. That's my vibe, okay? Like I said, if you're in a committed relationship or you're in good contact and you know that they care and they show you they care through their actions. We have like a loud jet. Then I would say that they do care, right? But for those of you that are in that situation where you're wondering if they still care after all this time, as an example, you know, that sort of thing, I want to say that they don't necessarily. And again, I feel like this is probably a person who's very much focused on their own future goals, their own future life. I think this is a person who's trying to find harmony within themselves. I feel like they might be interested in you. Okay? There could be an interest. But I wouldn't say that there are like this, yeah. It's like they'd want to know about you. They'd want to talk to you. They'd want to communicate with you, yes. But I don't feel that deep level of care. You know, where they feel distraught without you, or they feel like they can't live without you, or they feel like, you know, they miss you so much. I don't see those type of feelings here. I see maybe somebody who would, you know, want to talk to you to see what you're doing. I wouldn't say that they don't care, like they, you know, that they would just be like, oh, whether she's dead or alive, I don't care, or he or she, whatever, you know. I don't feel like that. Like, there's no animosity here. I just think that they're focused on their own thing. Like, they're keen to talk to you, but they're not, like, sitting there in agony waiting for your message, if you want me to be honest. That's just what I'm seeing. I don't want to lie. I don't want to sugarcoat. And I know that if you've had a personal reading with me, you know I don't do that. But I just, like, I don't really get that sense. They might be curious as to what you're doing, but I just don't see that depth of feeling or that depth of wonder or anything along those lines, okay? When it comes to their feelings, when it comes to you. So, I mean, of course that might be somewhat like disappointing to you. I'm sorry if it is. I really am. But I just feel like this is a person who's kind of focused on themselves for the most part. And they might feel like it's better that way for them. But temperance, this is about harmony, temperance, literally, like, you know, finding peace within yourself, not getting out of balance, as an example. And so it might be that that's what keeps them, you know, maybe focusing. I think this is a person with great self-control. Like, this is a person who can kind of control their mind a bit. The one who can tell their feelings to shut the heck up and, like, you know, and then focus on a task. Like, they know how to, what is the word? Put their feelings in compartments. I can't say the word the word that describes it, compartmentalize, blah, blah, blah. I can't say that. But it's like they can put their feelings in compartments and kind of, like, you know, just deal with it. So, yeah, I wouldn't say that this person's really, I think that they'd still be curious to see what's going on, maybe in the future. Like, I wouldn't say that they don't care, like, if you exist, right? Like I said, I think they'd be keen to talk to you, keen to know what you're doing. But I don't feel like that super duper, like, hurt in love kind of feeling. So I'm guessing that for a lot of you, this could be a casual acquaintance or somebody that maybe you, I don't know, maybe you didn't get too deep with this person, or you guys are asking about someone you're fine with and they still like you. You know what I mean? Like, and they do care in a different way. It's like not, you know, something dramatic. Spirit guides, how does group number 4's person feel about that? We have pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. And it's safe for you to love. Interesting. 2 contradictory cards, kind of. So pay attention to the red flags, you know, and it's like having this sort of, you know, eye on something negative as an example, or negative possibilities, but then they're safe for you to love. So I feel like these are kind of like a little bit canceling of each other. I feel like this person, oh, they might see red flags in the situation. So maybe that's why as well they're not really, again, that maybe that's a message I got, that they're kind of, you know, stuffing things away and not like kind of using their mind to sort of distract themselves from feeling anything in general. Because they might see red flags in the situation. But, again, this might also be a person who doesn't really want to open their heart at this time. And again, maybe they're focusing their energy elsewhere. I don't want to say this person feels ill feelings towards you. I don't think this person feels badly towards you. I don't feel like this person is angry. I don't feel like that they have really any animosity, nothing. There's nothing negative here. I think this person feels all right about you, essentially. But I don't, like I said, I just don't feel that deep level of caring that perhaps you'd maybe be wanting. It depends. I mean, like I said, it depends on who you're asking about. If you're asking about an old boss or something, I think they still think highly of you. I wouldn't say that they care, like, with the love. You know what I mean? Like, you know, oh, you know, I can't live without, you know, Kimberly or whatever, you know, insert name. But, you know, oh, man, if someone's name is Kimberly, I'm going to laugh. Okay, anyway, sorry, because I never, like, I don't even know how that name popped in my head, so I'm guessing probably someone named Kimberly is watching here. But, yeah, it's like, I guess it depends on the context. I wouldn't say that this person feels badly towards you, though, and that's the important thing to think. I wouldn't say that they sit there and pine over you, like I said, but I wouldn't say that they feel negative towards you. I think they still are curious about you, but there's a lot of self-control here, and so we're kind of at that place. I might actually get some advice for you guys, because this is like kind of an interesting one. I feel like a lot of you that are watching are either asking about someone you don't know very well, or perhaps you haven't seen them in a real long time, or you're asking about like non-romantic situations, or slash non-complicated situations, right? Because I'm just not picking up on drama here. It's more like it is what it is. I don't know. What's the advice for group number 4 when it comes to this person? What is the advice for group number 4? Thank you, Melissa, for this wonderful deck. We have Jade, be the bigger person. Interesting. And schedule yourself in. Well, be the bigger person and schedule yourself in. Ocean, Jasper, and Jade. Well, some of you, this person might be hesitant to reach out to you. Maybe you're being guided to reach out to this person and see what's up. Sometimes people come to me with readings, and there's this energy of like a person who isn't even aware that somebody likes them, like, or that the person asking the question even likes them, like, so they don't even think feelings are possible to kind of achieve. So if this is maybe somebody, they might not even be aware that they should feel something, because they might think that you don't give a crap, you know what I mean, that sort of thing. I don't know. It's to schedule yourself out in and be the bigger person. For some reason, you're being called to, a lot of you anyway. Don't take this advice if you don't want it, right? You can just say, you know, and of course, like, advice for a whole group of people watching, it's not going to resonate with everyone. But if you have been inactive here and you want to talk to this person, you want to build something, I think there's still possibility here. I think this person still cares about you. I mean, in the sense of like, okay, sorry. They care about you in the sense that they have positive feelings towards you. Like, they're not devoid of feelings. They're not devoid of like happiness when it comes to you. I just feel like they're not, the feelings aren't super, super, super deep. They're somewhat superficial or still starting for a lot of you. And so maybe this is about like putting yourself in there, schedule yourself into this person's life, like try to make a move, like try to talk to them, contact them, see what happens, that sort of thing. Yeah, there's something about this, and I guess probably there'll be quite a few of you that say this resonates, and like you know how it resonates with you, because you'll know your situation better than me, obviously, when there's a huge group of you. But yeah, there's something. Well, your advice, interestingly enough, kind of really flows well together. So I do feel like you're kind of being called to reach out to them, or kind of make a move. That might be the only way forward too, by the way. Sometimes it's the only way forward is for us to kind of make that move. So you might be called to do that because that's the only way you're going to kind of get resolution here or get something done here in this connection. So does this person care? Let's answer it. I wouldn't say that they're indifferent completely, but I don't see like true deep love or true deep caring. Like I said, like some of the other piles felt a little bit more dramatic, a little bit more heartfelt. This feels a little bit more on the surface. Like I said, if you guys are already with somebody and you're just watching this for kicks and giggles, you know what I mean? Okay, then they like you. They still care. They care. There's nothing wrong. Why are you watching this? But for those of you that like, I don't know, I just get the vibe a lot of you are asking about somebody you didn't get too deep with. And if you did get deep with this person, this might not resonate with you. You might want to pick another group. Yeah, and I feel like you guys should contact this person and see what's up. If you want to, don't be like, I'm never contacting that asshole again. He can go kick rocks. You know, I get those kinds of comments. Sometimes I'm like, okay, don't do it then. But you know, that's fine if you can tell me that, and I'll thumbs up you and say, yes, you don't do it if you don't want to. But you know what I'm saying? Anyway, that's maybe the advice isn't for every single person, but anyway, I'm wishing you all the very best. I hope that this reading brought insight and clarity, hopefully. I feel like it was a little bit weird. The energy was a strange one, so I'm curious. I want to know, for some of you, if you feel comfortable telling me, tell me who this is or like what happened. You know what I mean? It's beyond, as much as you're comfortable. Obviously, I know that's the internet. Some people don't want, they want all their info out there. So, anyway, I'm wishing you all the very, very best, okay? Take care of yourself, and I will see you on the next reading.